It feels like somebody's got your head in a vice.
Everything goes blank.
My vision would go blurry at first.
You still see black, feel your heart beating, and you're like, okay, I'm alive. And then that's when the throbbing starts.
I'd immediately get pressure in my head. It feels like coming from both sides, just clamping down.
After every single one, you're kind of just like, what the hell just happened?
A concussion is simply any force that's applied to the brain that causes symptoms. You don't have to strike your head.
I had four bad concussions. Those are the only four that I ever missed time for and were serious enough that I could not play and eventually knocked me out of the sport.
In 2007, I had 7. And before that, I probably had 1 to 2 a year since my sophomore year in high school. I had way too many.
The longer you participate in sports, the greater the chance that you can have cumulative problems. And so certainly at the professional level, it's a big concern. That's why we're studying it now, because we're trying to determine exactly what are the long-term problems with concussion.
It's kind of the hot topic, you could say, in professional sports, where more and more professional athletes' careers are ending because of this injury, and it kind of raises everyone's eyebrows a bit and makes people realize how serious it is and how if you ignore this issue at a younger age, it could result in a fatality.
As time goes on and this becomes more prevalent and the doctors get better, I think they're doing a much better job. My face is on the poster for a reason, because I had so many concussions that I had to stop playing, and I hope that it helps some players.
The more active we are in terms of talking to these guys and educating them on our personal experiences, I think those types of locker room stories are what get passed on and hopefully make these guys think twice.
So everybody has to be aware. Applying the science is relatively easy. It's getting the athletes in the first place I think is just as big a challenge.
A player always wants to play. He always wants to go back in the game no matter what. And you got to have good people around you that are telling you got to stop, take you out of the field, not let you back on for a few weeks. I think that's the best approach, is to be overly cautious.
I can understand how a player is going to want to push through it and continue to do what they love, but it's the responsibility of the trainers and coaches as well as the player to be realistic and do the right thing.
The more you can convince them that it can be serious, I think the better chance you are that they're gonna tell you about them. If we can evaluate an athlete, keep them out appropriately, and then return them to play, we dramatically decrease the chances of there being long-term problems. So that's our main focus.
For a lot of us, this is our passion, our livelihood, and for me, for that to be taken away from me is the hardest thing I've ever had to go through in my life.
I hope that nobody has to go through as many concussions as I had to go through, and I just hope that all the doctors do the right thing and get the player off the field.
Awareness is definitely growing, and it's a problem that we have to fix.